Man is omnipotent. Nothing is impossible for him. What seemed to be unthinkable undertakings yesterday are history today. The conquest of the moon, for example. Who talks about it anymore? Today we are already on the threshold of conquering our galaxy, and in a not-too-distant tomorrow, we'll be considering the conquest of the universe. And yet man seems to ignore the fact that on this very planet there are still people living in the Stone Age and practicing cannibalism. Primitive tribes isolated in a ruthless and hostile environment where the prevailing law is the survival of the fittest. And this jungle, which its inhabitants refer to as the Green Inferno, is only a few hours flying time from New York City. Was it to remind us of this that 4 brave young Americans went there to make a documentary on life in the jungle? Was it also to remind us, for instance, that before venturing into space, we should become more acquainted with the planet we live on?
This material.
Look, Professor, we are talking about the most sensational documentary to come along in years. And you want us just to shelve it, to forget about it, as if it had never been found? Is that what you want?
Yes. Yes. That is precisely what I want. I've seen the rest of the material. You haven't. You haven't seen the stuff that even your editors didn't have the stomach to put together. And if you had, you wouldn't hesitate but to agree with me. It's honest, and above all, it is inhuman.
Yes, yes, of course. We all know what Alan was like. He overdid it as usual. But what you saw is a rough cut.
Perhaps I haven't made myself clear. But I refuse to have anything to do with it.
I'm drained. You must admit it's exceptional footage. I didn't expect such impact, such authenticity.
I don't know. I don't think exceptional is the right word.
You don't?
No. I mean, what's exceptional about a primitive tribe like the Yakumo being terrorized and forced into doing something they don't normally do?
Come on now, Professor. Let's be realistic. Who knows anything about the Yakumo civilization? Today, people want sensationalism. The more you rape their senses, the happier they are.
Ah, yes, that's typical Western thought. Civilized, isn't it? That's what Alan thought, and that's why he's dead. The Yakumo Indian is a primitive, and he has to be respected as such. You know, did you ever think of the Yakumo point of view, that we might be the ones who are savages?
Well, I never thought of it that way, but it's an interesting idea.
Yes. Let's say things were reversed, right? And the Yakumo attacked your house, defiled everything that you held holy. You know that pig that was killed? That was food for those people. Now, what had happened if somebody came into your house when you were hungry and took the little bit of food you had in the refrigerator and threw it down the toilet? Would you behave in a civilized way? Would you like people to make money off your misery?
John, I want this material burned. All of it. Yeah.
I wonder who the real cannibals are.